I'm sure you've heard this a lot, but me and May specific do not get along. But I swear, if another team puts me on May, I'm going to lose it.
Maple what Maple does best, annoying people.
Let's bring back
You're laughing. You're laughing. If I get put on May in another scrim, I swear. My name is Isaac, and this is UN Aspect. I was pretty physically active when I was just a kid anyways. I played soccer when I was younger, and then I moved into baseball. I got into tennis early middle school. I want to say maybe a little bit before, like 5th grade. My mom, she won't let me play football, so she was myself anyways. I was mainly a singles player. I kind of prefer individual because then if I mess up, it's all on me. This was a terrible idea. I'm gonna want to play more. And then it's nice playing with a team, like just because if you aren't performing, other people can help. I had a really good coach who, harsh as he was like, make sure you're working on it. And I think it's the best as long as you work on it. So it's just gotta be the best all the time. John and my old coach Cody, they're almost identical when it comes to how they coach and their attitude. Making these dry, sarcastic jokes, but also throwing in you should do this or think about this. They're encouraging at the right means.
When Overwatch came out, did you start playing off the rip?
No, I was a big denier of it. I was it's just an overrated TF2. I had a coach who was very influential on how I play the game right now. He was the go think for yourself and do stuff. If I were to talk about how I play or work with people today, he's molded a lot of that.
Did you know that you were going to end up playing varsity esports?
Actually, that was a big debate I was having with myself. I had gone to a bunch of tennis camps leading into my senior year, and I had gotten talking to a few coaches. Had COVID not hit and adjusted, because COVID was the big thing, everything's moving indoors, we're isolating everything, and I was end of my senior year, so I was that spring I went from being active to just not kind of doing anything in my room except for Overwatch. So it's had that not happened, it would have been a bigger debate of okay, am I gonna go for esports or am I gonna go for athletics? Okay, I'll take my. I was looking at A&M was the only other college I was looking at. But I was not a good high school student, so my GPA wasn't exactly up to their standard of what they wanted. It helped change a lot of attitude stuff that I had coming in. Attitude and discipline, that's the word. I had to show up to stuff, a lot more consistently. In-person stuff tends to be more exact, on time, be there.
What was the jump going from scrimming in your house to coming to an actual facility?
You can ask Dylan. I actually delayed that as long as possible because I was scrimming from my dorm for all of my freshman year and half of my sophomore year. I was the first lesson that we saw. Staff with the gym work, the coordination with some of the stuff that I pull. Minor, it's 15.
We're recording, by the way. So don't try not to record. I'm on this go. This way.
Let's go!
Yes! It's more energetic. I think the bad things that you have at home become a little less bad because you're right there, next to people who are you're both there going through it at the same time, so you're both working on it. And it's a lot easier to communicate face to face, talk it over rather than sit and wallow in your room. But I still do that.
The LAN versus UTD whenever K got charged into the...
Yeah, if only I could go to that.
Kitsune, but Louis gonna pin K inside his own spawn.
If you were there, you would have saved K.
No, I would have just let him die and laugh. There's a clip out there. My longest standing team that I've played for, except for UNT now because UNT is 4 years. I played for a team called Solstice for a year and a half, 2 years. I love those guys. Those guys are great, and I hope they're doing good. It was 99-99, and if we lost that point, we lose the tournament.
Aspect is kind of popping off right now. Let's see if Aspect can continue to keep this going.
Is back.
They have a couple of people on the point, but Aspect. Okay, all right. Let's see how this goes. They're gonna flip this point around. It's 99 to 99. We're gonna be seeing the pulse bomb come onto Trev. That's just gonna immediately shut that down. You can see both of these teams. They want to make this happen. The EMP is gonna come down, just shutting down Lucid Science. This doesn't matter because there's also a Lucio coming in. Trying to.
It's like those like ideal like carry dream moments where you're like 99, everything's on the line, and then you just clutch up. I killed like. The clip's out there. I killed 7 in like the span of like 20 seconds, or like 10 seconds, or like 15. I was like, this is why I play. Objectively, like that was just a good play, and on a non-objective, that felt awesome.
Tournament days are always like really memorable. You're stuck with your team for 4 or 5 hours at a time, and if it goes well, it goes great. But the memory I think was when UTD posted an event to go watch party Dallas Fuel versus Shanghai Dragons. I think it was like playoffs.
Those that burn blue, burn brightest.
So we all hopped down there at like 9 p.m. on a Friday to go watch.
I'm like, I need the ball, and they're like just staring off. I'm like, what's going
That's
on?
probably my biggest frustration I think I could ever think of. It's just like when you really want to improve and you're trying to work on it and you're just not seeing results, it's really easy to just get really, really upset at that. Now I've learned to just work through it or just accept that sometimes things just aren't going the way I want them to. There's like 2 outcomes. It's either I ignored it completely or I just slammed my head into it for 6 hours until something happened. Nothing healthy. No, but it's what I did and it worked for... It's better. I've gotten better at managing it now. Like, I just recognize, like, hey, I'm frustrated that improvement isn't working. Let's just take a closer look and see what's going on.
What's it like being, I guess, like the old man sage of the team?
I'm just as chaotic as the rest of them. It's definitely sometimes a little rough having to rebuild the team like each year or each semester, but it helps get new perspectives on the game because you've always got new people coming in, like bringing their own play styles and stuff. If you have like a lot of low energy people, sometimes you have to be the one to bring the energy. This semester and last semester, we were really lucky. We got a bunch of people with super high energy, so it's always been like positive, upbeat, like let's get this going, let's improve.
Oh my god. Wait, you put it in his
I wanted to hit Owl, or I wanted to hit the pro scene at the time when you had the big name orgs just running tournaments like Apex and all that stuff. I could have worked harder, especially when I was younger and I had a lot more time too. I could have played a lot more. I could have put my effort into a lot of things that would have helped my game grow that I did just a little bit too late. I think it's still in the back of my mind, like, because I'm actively competing still, and I'm like, I want to make it, but it's a lot less realistic now, moving on to other things in life.
A huge congratulations to all of our graduates.
Game dev is still on my mind, but I want to take it outside of a college course where I'll be graded on everything I'm going to do and just learn it on my own. It takes the joy out of stuff if you're just being graded on it.
Do you have any inspirations in game dev?
Honestly, it's Overwatch is one because terrible era of metas that followed. I was like, I can make something. I want to be able to make decisions on what happens so this doesn't happen. There's a Reddit story of someone getting a job fixing a bug and just quitting. That was my plan. I was gonna go in, I want to fix everything, make sure like it works for both players, like pro and casual, and then just keep it that way. Like the small game, like solo game devs, like the made Stardew Valley, Undertale, even like Binding of Isaac, it's just like, those are fun games that are like relatively simple. It interested me. Yeah. Well. Yeah. That count.
Dude, open it up.
Oh shit, it's mine.
First one when I first joined, Joe Schmel, we love that guy. He was the captain when I first joined my freshman year, and probably one of the nicest guys I met.
My name is Joseph Ferrigan. I'm majoring.
Made for like a really, really not like good entry. Like even if like I had an attitude when I was like first starting, so it was like always there to like talk. Honestly, Mike, mystical.
Buddy. It's a problem.
Yeah, even when like stuff got like really, really tough, he's always like there, just like chilling, like hanging out. I don't think I've ever heard that guy get mad once. I don't know if this is cheating, but Texas Money Jr.
Guys,
We're the best team in Texas.
I've known that guy since like 2019, but he just joined the team this year as a freshman. As great as it's like meeting all these new people, it's also really nice. Like, finally meeting someone you've been talking to for 4 or 5 years now.
In my eyes, you're kind of like the GOAT for UNC Overwatch.
Tell anybody who's not on the team currently, they'll just laugh. I wasn't really big in any sort of like influence until maybe even like just maybe this year, but even then it's like, I think I'd like to be remembered as consistent. I mean, that's what I was, or at least tried to be, so. I don't know, I was doing my own thing on the team. I was just like here to have a good time and see how far we can go.